Thaddeus with TNT Air. Had a lot of people talking about the H&N Baracuda Hunter Extreme pellets. People say I'm not getting good accuracy with them. I'm getting great accuracy. Decided to do a penetration test in some modeling clay. It's actually ceramics clay. My wife does a lot of ceramics. She brought me down a big old 25-pound brick to shoot. So it's been a lot of fun. Just shot one of the JSBs out of my Condor. Here's my Condor. Light's really bad in here, so I'm gonna use a flashlight. So, 25 caliber Condor, running a RL shroud, a RL Extreme valve, heavy hammer, heavy spring, Super Sear 2. Putting out with the H&Ns, it's putting out 88 foot-pounds of energy, 109 with rat sniper slugs. Here's a 25-pound chunk of ceramics clay. Yes. So here's an entrance hole. Did not exit. It's about 12 inches long. What's interesting with these H&Ns is the inside. Let's see if I can do this without a glare. Okay, if you look in there, there is four, the H&N, or the Hunter Extremes, the way they're shaped, the hollow points got four little notches. Kind of like how you used to get a razor blade and notch your old 22 shells. If you look at that, there's 1, 2, on bottom 3, and on the bottom right there's 4. That's where the head was notched. The head actually split up into 4 separate pieces. Each piece spiraled off in its own direction. And down at the bottom there, actually, let's see, right to the left, you'll see another kind of funky little hole. That's where the skirt ended up. But that's probably about a 4.5-inch size hole. Looks like about 7 inches deep, with 4 alternate wound paths, wound channels that head split into. I'm going to cut this open here, see if I can find each little piece of pellet and see what they look like. Okay, got to cut open here. We can get a pretty good view of what this thing looks like, what it did. Got a nice, great big gaping cavity right there for the channel. Should have better lighting in here, I don't. And then if you look, let's see, those 2 funky holes that are in there, that's part of the head. That's where that head separated into 4 pieces, and each little piece went spiraling off into its own little wound channel. There's the other side. 4 total. There's a little piece of lead, it looks like. Focus. Right there at the entrance of that wound channel. So that's not a whole heck of a lot of penetration. It looks about 6 inches deep, 7 inches deep. I don't have a tape, I couldn't find it, so I can't actually measure it, but for a rabbit, yeah, that's going to be quite explosive. So I'm going to dig around and see if I can find each individual piece. We'll take a look at them and see what they look like. Okay, I couldn't get enough light in there. I brought everything out here to outside. Hopefully I don't get rained on. It's looking nice and dark, but see if we can find some shrouds here. This is going to be kind of hard to Hold the camera. Oh, there is, not sure what that is. Is that the skirt? That's the skirt, okay. So that's where the skirt ended up, that's what I thought. I saw those two little funky clumps. Looks like that's the skirt. And here should be, that's a pretty deep wound channel there. Get me out of focus here. That one spiraled off. Oh, I felt something. Oh, there it is. Yep. Right there, that's focus. Yeah, right there is one corner of the head. Let's see about digging out the rest of these here. And there it is right there. Alright. Let's look for these other two here. Yeah, that's just where the clay split from the shock. That's pretty interesting. And there it is. Focus here. It's right there. Can't really see it all that well here, but right there where the point of the knife is. There's part 3 of the head. And there's the other head. Can't quite see it in there because of the shadow. I can see it though. And there's the 4th part of the head. So I'm going to go inside, wash all the clay off of this. That's the skirt. I'm curious to see what it looks like. Skirt, and there's 1, 2, 3, and yeah, that's it right there. 4. There's the 4 sections of the head. I've seen a couple of other little, like right there, that's a little shard of lead. I'm finding all kinds of little shards all through this too. So it broke up quite well. Had the skirt probably went close to 7 inches of penetration. The heads separated, I'm guessing probably 4.5 or so inches of penetration with about a 5-inch main wound channel. If you ask me, for a pellet, that's pretty devastating. Alright, I'll be back. I'm going to go clean these off and get this clay put up. We'll see what they look like. One thing I forgot to mention is this clay block is ceramics clay that my wife got for me. She's doing ceramics classes at the college. And 25-pound block, it's about 12 inches by probably 8 by 8 by 8 by 12, equals to about 25 pounds. It's really, really, really solid. It's soft, very moldable, very pliable. I think it's great for this because it's not like ballistics gel that, you know, ballistics gel eventually you can only use it so many times and you can't see what the actual wound channel looks like and what the pellet does unless you got like a $3,000 slow motion camera. I've got a $200 little 240 frame a second Android camera that I use. It's not that great a resolution, it works. But this is the perfect way to be able to really take a close look and see what exactly the wound channel looks like. So this cost me no it wasn't, it was $12. $12 for this block of clay. I've got a 50-pound block I'm going to be using for the Texan. That's probably not going to be till it cools down, that much clay. I don't want to dry out. It's really humid and look at that, it may rain today. I got lightning and thunder going all around me today. So, alright, I'll be back. I'm going to go put the clay up, clean those little pellets up, and see what they look like. Okay, I'm back. Got the clay put up. Hadn't rained yet. Looks like it may. I love it here in monsoon season. Clouds, thunder, lightning. It's quite interesting what I found when I was digging through that clay. Okay, here they are. Baracuda Hunter Extremes. 28.4 grain. Pushing, when they hit the clay, probably 1,100 feet per second. It's about 20 foot away when I shot it. The gun shoots those right now at 1,100 and, no, excuse me. Yeah, it's about 1,100 feet per second, 20 feet away. Gun shoots at them 1144. So, got a lot of power, a lot of punch. Here's each one of the 4 pieces of the head. Broke off pretty much almost equal diameter. You know, I haven't weighed them. I don't have a scale to weigh these. This one's a little bit smaller. But the interesting thing was, where's it at? This is the skirt and the rest of the pellet. Made a donut out of it. I believe this is the skirt end. Just smashed the skirt clear up into the body. Here's the other side of it where the heads were connected and they broke off. Let's see if I can get this to focus a little bit better. Not really. So that's got a jagged, nasty looking end where that head broke apart into those 4 pieces. I got a toothpick out and cleaned all the clay out of this piece because it was really cool looking. So that right there is what Baracuda Hunter Extremes do when shot from a high-powered rifle, and that's what they do when they hit. Quite interesting. I love these pellets. I've taken down 6 coyotes so far with them now. Great pellets. I have to get out and get the Texan shooting now. Shoot some clay, see what happens. So, Stadius is brought to you by TNT Air and the Gothic Air Gunner. I think I'm going to go put this up and I'm going to go shoot. So, before it rains. Pretty clouds, I love it.